Yo guys, what is going on? It is your boy Nick from On the Foot Market. Guys, I got another video for you guys today. I hope you all enjoy it. It is going to be my top 5 small, low budget investments, player investments for FIFA 19. I know before we start this video, I know we don't have official FIFA 19 ratings, but the concept, the transfers, it can all get put into your mind about who you're looking at in terms of a rating and a player to be overpowered next year. So these are my top 5. If you guys want to check out my top 5 medium to high budget-ish, I'll do a really high budget one soon. That link is going to be in the description below. We did that one yesterday. You guys really liked it. You guys smashed like over 300 likes, and I wanted to say thank you guys for that support. The support. I know it's August right now, and I know a lot of you guys are taking it off. But if you could watch the videos, it's going to really put you guys ahead with all this knowledge you guys are going to get for the next 30 days going into FIFA 19. So it's going to help you in the long run. And all these players that I'm talking about in these videos, man, I play the game. I haven't played 19, but I understand who is going to be overpowered and who isn't going to be overpowered. Now, when we do get player ratings, which should be around the first week of September, we'll be having videos with starter squads. We'll be talking about big-time investments, so you guys are going to be loving those. But this is all that kind of prep stuff that you guys need and are going to hear right now, because it's very important to get ahead of the curve, get ahead of everyone else, right? It's all, you guys know that was the thing about trading this year. Y'all made coins if you were getting ahead of other people. So today I'm going to have my top 5 small player budget investments. None of these players should be really over 20K to start off. My medium, where kind of set the bar on the minimum, should be about 20K for them. I don't think any of these players are really going to be over 15, 20K. We will see. But yeah, let's get right into it. All right, guys. So at number 5, we have a fan favorite, BAKAYOKO. Now, look, this is going to be one that I think you guys are very critical of here, and I don't know if you guys are going to really agree with this. I don't think Bakayoko is good in real life. I think he's bad. I think he had a terrible season with Chelsea, and he just went out on loan or moved to Milan. I don't know which one, but he is going to be with Milan this year. There's some speculation. People think that he might get a live item. I don't think he will. I don't think he was relevant enough next year to get that. However, I think that he's still going to be overpowered in FIFA. Once a card is overpowered in FIFA, it's usually always overpowered. He will get a downgrade, so that's what I will tell you guys. He's going to get a downgrade. However, this is why I like him as an investment, because I think he will still be very, very usable and overpowered. And I also think that he will offer something in the Calcio A or Serie A. I got to call it Serie A because they got rid of Calcio A. I think he's going to offer something that we never have really had, and that's a good overpowered, recently a French center midfielder in the Serie A. He's going to provide a lot of links to other leagues through squads next year. I don't think we really had. I'm trying to think of the last Serie A overpowered center mid we had that was French. I might be blanking, and I'm an idiot, and you guys are going to kill me in the comment section. But I think that we just made a video talking about how the Serie A is going to be extremely popular next year. So I would really look at Bakayoko as being a card that is going to shoot up a lot in value as we move on to that market peak of October 8th. We've been talking about how the market peaks for that first week in League. All these cards you're going to see in this video, these 5 cards and the 5 cards that were in the video yesterday, all of these cards are cards that essentially are going to go up a lot when the full game comes out, because they're going to be overpowered. They're going to offer good links. They're going to be new transfers, stuff like that. So I can't imagine Bakayoko's more than 10 or 15K. He's going to be probably a non-rare, I would assume. And he's going to be probably between 80 and 81 rated. He was 82 this year. I don't think EA is going to put him to 79. That will be a massive downgrade. But expect Bakayoko to be really overpowered again next year. All right, guys, at number 4, we have Kovacic, and I wanted to talk about Kovacic because I think he's a big transfer going to Chelsea, and I think that's got a lot of hype. I've kind of value him and Jorginho to be very similar. The reason why I put Kovacic ahead of Jorginho and at my number 4 slot is the most overpowered, low-budget player investments next year to get before the full game comes out is because I think that coming from Real Madrid, he adds a little bit of a flair, and I think because he was on that Croatian national team that did so well and made it to the World Cup final, he's going to have a lot more hype around him as a player. I think also Chelsea's playing good football right now. I just think there's a lot of things going for this card, and that's why I have him as my number 4. Expect him to be about the same rating as he was last year. I'm not expecting any crazy upgrades or downgrades. You go from Real Madrid to the Premier League. I don't really think that downgrades you. I also don't think that upgrades you. So we'll see how he does with his performance this year. However, I will tell you this. He's going to be a center mid that can kind of do it all, and he's got a burst of speed on him. People like that early on in starter teams. That is a very important feat of a team. I'm telling you right now, a center mid that can run, it's going to be something that a lot of people are going to look at as very desirable next year. So take a look at Kovacic. He's at my number 4. I think he's going to be very, very, very popular in these Premier League teams. And you guys got to understand, when people are building starter teams, like 80% of teams are Premier League teams. So that's why I think that you're going to see, I have a good amount of Premier League players in this top 5. I don't know how many exactly. I've got a lot of Serie A, man. I'm telling you. I made a video on Serie A earlier. I am crazy about the Serie A next year. I think it's going to be nuts. I think Ronaldo effect in a league is just too big for people to understand. I think that is just such a big thing within itself. But Kovacic is at my number 4. I don't know how expensive it's going to be. I'd say maybe 10, 15K maximum, right? But you're hoping for that burst for him to go up. Maybe he goes up to 20 or 30. But I'm talking like early prices, how much you're looking to buy him. I don't know yet, but this guy can't be more than 20 in the first week or so. He will potentially jump up there, but not early on. All right, let's go to number 3. All right, guys, so potentially a little bit of a shocker at number 3, but I will tell you this. I have loved Ricardo Pereira in FIFA the last 2 years. I've used him with his Porto card. I've done hybrids. He is phenomenal, and I don't think enough people know how good he is because they haven't had the opportunity to use him because not a lot of people make Liga NOS squads. This guy is the real deal. He's potentially getting a ones to watch. He did move to Leicester, so he could be getting a ones to watch. Now, if this happens, his card is going to be very, very similar to Nelson Semedo. And you guys all know what happened last year with Nelson Semedo. I talked about Nelson Semedo last year. He was a killer investment. He was about 3K in early access. He went all the way up to 20 on PlayStation, 15 on Xbox. I talked about him, and I said, guys, buy all the Nelson Semedos at 4K. A lot of people made money off Nelson Semedo last year. So that's why I've got him as my number 3. I think for you guys with lower budgets and things like that, a guy you could be buying potentially this card between 5 and 10,000 early on in the game, especially if he gets a once to watch. This guy is going to fly. Regardless, I think he will go up. I know, here's the deal. You've got Kyle Walker, Aurier, and Valencia probably ahead of him. I think he competes with all of those guys, but he's going to be cheaper because he's a little less physical and his club badge is a little less popular. Leicester's not as popular, I think, as Spurs, United, or City. So I think realistically, guys, that he's going to be a killer one next year. We have to see how this does. I've got him as my number 3 because I know the value. I know the value in popular leagues of left backs and right backs, and they're very, very important. So I really like this guy. If he does get a ones to watch, I would probably bump him up in this ranking to number 2 or number 1. He's going to be one of my favorites, especially because I just look at the percentage like Nelson Semedo last year, and if you guys can go look at his flipping graph, you guys will know what I'm talking about. That guy jumped like 500%. Because he went out of packs and he was a Barca boy and he was a new transfer, right? New transfers are everything. I'm telling you guys, man. New transfers that are overpowered in positions that are necessary in teams are going to go flying. So Ricardo Pereira is my number 3. Okay, guys, my number 2 is Allan on Napoli. And I know this is a little bit interesting because we're going to the Serie A. We're not sticking to the Premier League. We're going to the Serie A. And I think that this guy has had a phenomenal season. And I think you can expect him to be about an 83 rated. I think that's probably where he is. On FIFA, and I expect this guy to be basically next year's N'Golo Kante, right? The cheap N'Golo Kante. If you guys remember FIFA 17, I think Kante was an 81 rated to start off, and he was ridiculously good. He had that flair that Allan has of that being kind of small, 80 plus pace, 80 plus defending with 80 physical. That's what Allan is going to have. He's going to have good dribbling. He's going to feel smooth. He's going to feel like a very meta player, and I think, again, I talked about the Ronaldo effect. A lot of people go into the Serie A, so that's going to make a card like Allan stand out and be more appealing. And again, like we talked with Bakayoko, being able to link players out. You've got Brazilian players in the Serie A, so expect Allan to be able to link with a lot of and mesh with a lot of these players in the Serie A. Allan is a very important investment for me next year, guys. I'm telling you right now, Allan is a guy that you guys got to watch out for as an investment. I don't know what his starting price is going to be. I'm putting him in the small budget thing because I don't really compare him up to the likes of Fabinho in that medium to high budget thing or Nainggolan. But I think that he's going to go up a lot next year. And I think Napoli playing so well this year is also going to have more hype going on to next FIFA. I think Napoli is definitely a more desirable team. Insigne, Mertens, you have so many players playing well and them doing well in the Serie A next year or last year. I think it's going to add a certain value to Allan. It's kind of, it's just going to do it. I think Allan's going to be really good next year. I'm crazy about the Serie A. I've been talking about it this video. I talked about it in the previous video. I am nuts about the Serie A. So definitely look at Allan next year, guys, as to be a pretty decent investment. Okay, guys, my number 1 small player budget investment, whatever it is. Now, he's going to be probably the most expensive out of all 5 of these, but I don't think he's going to be much more than 40, 30K. I don't know how expensive this guy is going to be. So that's why it's been a tough one because Fred wasn't enough for me to put in my medium to high budget video. So I had to throw him in here. This guy apparently, I've heard from the likes of Chuboy talks about it on Twitter. And a lot of other people who went to Gamescom, played FIFA 19, they said that Fred is like very feeling like Ramirez. And if anybody played previous FIFAs, you would know how good Ramirez was. Now, if you find a guy like that, it's a game changer for an investment. If you can find who that dude is, it's a game changer. So hearing good things about Fred already makes me very happy. Now, I watch a lot of real football guys. He has not been great for United so far. But That doesn't mean, again, it's something like last year with Bakayoko and Chelsea, right? Bakayoko was crazy good in FIFA, not good with Chelsea. That doesn't mean shit. We're talking overpowered player investments. We're trying to make you guys coins first week, and I'm trying to put ideas in your head. I have them at number 1. Here's the reason. Man United, arguably most popular club on FIFA with people building squads, right? That's just the truth. I got to tell you guys, man, I hate saying that, but it's the truth. Second, Brazil. Brazil is everything, man. Brazil is huge for nationalities, and it's massive for that, right? Third, Premier League central midfielders. Again, why Kovacic is the same, why he's in here. It's very, very, very key to find those players who are meta as the Premier League center mid because they're going to do great things for your team. You got Bakayoko leaving the Premier League, so that's something you guys got to keep in mind. Bakayoko's little overpowered thing, he's out of there, right? So who's going to replace? Is it Kovacic? Is it Fred? I've got Fred at number 1. He's got too much good going for me to not put him there. Again, I think you guys noticed with a lot of these players in this prediction, not prediction, but kind of video to help you guys with these 5 players that I think are going to be very good to invest in when the web app and EA Access in the first day or two of FIFA comes out. They have a lot of combined statistics. What do I mean by that? They've got 80 pace, 75 plus defending if they're a holding mid, if they're playing 6. If they're an attacker, they've got a certain pace with a certain combined skill moves. Things like that are very, very, very important to this video. Now, I would also say before I end the video, keep an eye on skillers next year. I've heard that skilling is very overpowered, so just keep an eye on that. If it is, you're going to see 5-star skillers and guys with that combination of skills, pace, and finishing go up a lot more than usual. They weren't that prevalent this year, but I heard that skills are killer next year. So we'll see. I haven't played FIFA 19 yet, so I don't know. Obviously, I'm going to keep the content coming to you guys on the channel because I'm too excited for FIFA 19. I want to get the hype train going. If you guys did enjoy the video today, drop a thumbs up. Other than that, thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you guys are new, and I'll see you guys in a video soon. Peace out.